Garot. I'm from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, and I started playing guitar when I was a teenager. Got taught by Mark Pekarsky, and didn't really play too much after that till I was about 21 years old. Then I got kind of serious with it and played every day, started getting in bands, and music career pretty much took off from there. Played in a band in LA called Blind Saint that did pretty well. One of the few bands I wished I'd never quit. That was the band that was going to make it for me. Through moving to Cleveland, Ohio, played in Head First until I was about 32 years old. And after that I took a 20-year break. Raised my 3 boys at that time and then had another daughter after that. This is my baby. This is my 1981 Gibson Flying V, along with my 1983 Marshall. This has been my setup since I was 22 years old. It's all I've ever used. This is just a gem. You can't beat a guitar like this or an amp like this. After 20 years, I picked it back up when I was 50 years old and first started recording with my son Dave and decided we should do a project together. I have 4 kids that are all musicians and it was time. Dave and I started the band Garot. It was my idea to say, let's do this before it's too late. Ended up doing this CD called Garot, and it took us 1.5 years to do it, but there was no timetable on it. It was for fun, never meant to make money on it. And
my dad bought me a drum set when I was 5 years old. So I had a pretty sweet setup to start with, a Flying V and a Marshall. Not a lot of 8-year-olds rocking that setup.
Another little tidbit about my 81 Gibson Flying V. About 17 years ago I came home from work and my son Dave had been playing it out in his band AFO. I came home from work and he's in the basement with this beautiful guitar, sanding it down to nothing. Sanded off my Gibson name, everything, but it can still rock.
I can't complain about my mom or my dad. Always encouraged me to play. They always supported my band, even when it was punk rock and screaming and metal. I'm sure that wasn't really their bag. I think the best part about working with my dad is that he's so laid back. He does give me a little help about finishing things on time, but then again, he doesn't really understand the editing process. So he wants to lay the stuff down and he wants to hear the finished product the next day. But
and he doesn't work.
And he doesn't work. He's retired, so he thinks I have all day to spend on this stuff. You know, my dad is just an older version of me, so it's really easy to work with him. He's got a lot of the same ideas as I do, so that works out really well for us.
Larry, tell me about their songwriting process and working together.
As far as this CD that we did, Garot, which is obviously my arm, I wrote all the music, I wrote all the lyrics, and what I do is I write a song completely, I bring it over to the studio with Dave. We work it together, he sees what I'm doing, I basically have a formula, I have a style, and we put it together. Dave adds his leads, I add my leads, Dave does the drums and the bass, and you know, it's a matter of sometimes one day and we're done with the song because he knows me so good, and we had some help from my son Brian, who played bass on 4 songs, and my son John played drums on 1 song, and my daughter Amanda sang vocals on 1 song. We're hoping that the second CD will have a lot more input from all of the family, and it'll be Garot too. So we also have 5 Garot videos on YouTube. If you look under Dave Garot on YouTube, I'm at philgarrett@yahoo.com,
Dave Garot at hotmail.com.
He
Dave Garot at hotmail.com.
doesn't know who he is. But, contact either one of us. You want a CD, it's yours for free. You jerk.
I'm not afraid of you running away, 'cause I know that you want it, I know that you love me too. And I'm not afraid to take my chances, 'cause I'm afraid that I will, and it'll be with you. Time to time I see the faces, the endless traces of lost love left behind. Right or wrong, who's to argue, 'cause I'm just not your type, and you're not my kind. Something I just want to hold on to. Something, anything to hold on to. Time to time I see the faces, the endless traces of lost love left behind. Right or wrong, who's to argue? 'Cause I'm just not your type and you're not my kind. Something I just want to hold on to.
Is it the picture coming out?